21-year-old Nicole Wagner is suing her former live-in boyfriend, Christopher Solomon, for the return of rent and for the value of property she left behind.
All rise. Now, this is case number 554 on the calendar in the matter of Wagner versus Solomon. Parties have been You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in, Your Honor. May be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
Miss Wagner, Mr. Solomon was your boyfriend for a while, and you lived together. He has 2 children?
Yes, ma'am.
You have?
One.
And according to your complaint, Mr. Solomon asked you to move out of the house. There was a problem. You did move out of the house, and you claim that Mr. Solomon kept some of your stuff, refused to give it back to you, ruined some of your stuff when he put it out in the rain, and then caused your car to be towed from his place of business, and you can't get it out unless you have thousands of dollars. Mr. Solomon says that he gave you ample opportunity to retrieve your stuff. He said that the car that you left in the parking lot of his business wasn't running. You should have moved it because he had to have it towed. It was in the parking lot. That's your problem. You didn't take responsibility for your own things. He is counterclaiming, alleging some nonsense, but he also says that you damaged his car. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so give me the dates that you lived together, Miss Wagner.
We moved in together into our new house on August.
August of 2006. And were you both on the lease?
Yes.
When did you separate?
It was November 14th, the day we broke up.
Now, I want you to tell me about that date.
Okay, he had given me my new engagement ring, and I was still in the bed sleeping when he woke me up trying to jerk the ring off my finger. And I was asking what he was doing. He said that he found out that I cheated on him, that he wanted us to break up, and that it was over for me to leave. So he jerked me up by my arm. I called her. She came and picked me and my son up, and we left.
November 14th?
Yes.
When for the first time did you try to get your property?
I came back on November 25th to get my things.
Well, what'd you do between November 14th and the 25th?
He wouldn't let me come to his house.
Is that right, sir?
No, ma'am, that's not true.
And yes, sir.
Okay. Let's get to the point where you believed she was not being faithful to your relationship.
Yes, ma'am.
That came to a head on November 14th.
I said she needed to make a life choice. Either she wanted the lifestyle where she was going to be out all night long, or the family lifestyle that we had set up. I have 2 children. I raise on my own.
Gotcha. Done. So she left.
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
Now, when she left, did you prohibit her from taking any of her property?
No. Now,
That's a hesitant no.
She came and went as she pleased for the first month after that. She would come and do laundry at the house. She would come and get just a few clothes and leave everything else until I had to call the police.
Mr. Solomon?
Because at first I allowed it. I allowed her time to find a place to get her things to take to.
You mean between November 14th and November 25th?
It went on long past that, yes.
She was coming back and forth to the house?
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Wagner, let me tell you this. I believe him. I want you to understand that my job is to be able to tell if somebody is pulling my leg or not. I believe that after you left on November 14th, you went back and forth to the house freely. Do you understand?
Okay.
So if you're to tell me that that's not true, I'm not going to believe you.
Okay,
Do you
well, I
understand?
have proof of this.
You have just a
On
second.
November
You have proof that you never went back to the house with his permission after November 14th?
Can I tell you something?
No,
He
I
changed
want
the
you.
locks on me,
I
so
want
couldn't
you
get
to
in.
pay careful attention to what I'm saying to you, madam. I can tell when somebody is not telling the truth. Between November 14th and November 25th, did you enter the house?
Yes.
How many times did you enter the house between November 4th? You see how easy this is getting?
Right, I got you. I went in twice when he was there, and once when his babysitter was there.
So you entered the house when he wasn't at home?
Yes, one time.
I don't care if it was 1 time or 10 times. Now, when he wasn't home, why didn't you get your stuff?
I was, and his babysitter said if I didn't leave, she was going to call the cops because he doesn't want me there. So I left. And when I went back on the 25th, like he said I could, he called the cops on me and Ashley because I was getting all my things when I brought boxes and everything. And the cops said I had to leave.
Was there a time, I've read his answer, that Mr. Solomon spoke to your aunt about you coming to the house to get your property?
Yes.
When was that?
December 19th is when we all agreed to meet at the house. Yes.
Not all agreed. When for the first time did you call Mrs. to tell her to at least accompany Miss Wagner to the house?
I went to her place of employment and had a long conversation with her, and Miss agreed to be the go-between, and that she would be present at the time, and she would be there when she came to get her things. It wouldn't be an argument.
And that happened December 19th? Is that when the arrangement was made?
Somewhere close to that.
Fine. Now what happened, Miss Wagner?
Okay, I went over
Look
there.
at me.
I went over there on the 19th.
With your aunt?
No, she said she wasn't going to come. It was just going to be me, that I needed to go down there.
That was the arrangement. The arrangement that was made with Mr. Solomon and your aunt was she said she would accompany you.
She didn't have enough time to do whatever she had to do, so she said that I needed to come by myself. So I did. I talked to Chris, and he was there. We talked. I mean, we were fine.
Well, if you were fine, why didn't you get your stuff?
I was packing my things, and that's when he called the cops on me. He pulled out a gun and was like, I'm going to shoot anybody that comes up in this house to help you. And that's when I was like, let's just leave. It was me and Ashley. My son was there. He said everything would be fine, so I came.
Wait, ma'am.
Go ahead.
When she came to the house, she came to get a few things.
No,
the argument was that I thought you were coming to get everything, not just a few things. A pair of black pants is exactly what she was looking for, and that's all she was going to get and leave. At that point, I said, no, if you're not getting anything, you don't need to be here. You coming in and out of me and my children's life is doing nothing but hurting them more. They were attached to her. We had a family together. She's coming and going and doing nothing but dragging us on.
So what you're saying, Mr. Solomon, is Miss Wagner wasn't coming to get all of her things on December 19th. She was coming to get a pair of slacks from the house.
That is not true.
Were you packing up your stuff?
Yes, I was packing my stuff that day. And the cop told me...
What were you packing?
All my things. I was in the laundry room at the time packing up all the clothes in the bags, and I was packing up all the stuff, and when I walked back in the kitchen to go get more boxes, that's when he pulled the gun out and was like, anybody that comes in here, because I was on the phone saying, can you please come help me with the truck so I can get everything. And he was like,
Who were you talking to?
Her boyfriend, Jamie.
Why wasn't Jamie there with the truck? Why were you calling him?
Because I needed somebody with a truck to come help me.
Well, why weren't those arrangements made before, Miss Wagner?
Because he said he was going to use his truck to help me move everything. We were still talking. Everything was fine.
Go ahead.
Well, when I went back through the thing, he pulled out the gun, all that kind of stuff happened, and he was like, if you're not going to be with me and you don't want a family, to leave. And I was like, just let me get my stuff. It's not going to take me that long. I don't have that much stuff at the house. And when he told me to leave, he said, fine, I'm just going to call the cops. Well, I'd already called the cops because he had pulled the gun out after I got off the phone with Jamie, and I said I was going to leave. I'd rather have a cop there when I'm packing all my stuff.
Why didn't you bring your aunt? It would have been much easier. That's who we made arrangements with.
She didn't want to come.
I'm not so sure about that.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You mean after he pulled the gun on you, after you called the police on him, you spent Christmas morning together with him, opening up presents with the children?
For the kids, yes.
And later today...
What you're telling me is that she held the plane tickets over your head in order to get you to sign the lease. That's ridiculous. You sound ridiculous, like a ridiculous baby.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Nicole Wagner says former live-in boyfriend Christopher Solomon owes for the return of rent. Christopher is countersuing for storage costs and vandalism to his car.
Go ahead.
And the cop came down there and said that if I needed certain things for my son, I can go get them, but I had to leave. And if we wanted to settle this, we had to settle it together, or we had to go to court.
Very good.
And that I couldn't come back until we did.
That was December 19th.
Yes.
When did you go to court?
We didn't go to court.
Well, when did you file to get your stuff?
I never did. He said he was going to file to take me to court for leaving my stuff there.
What?
Yeah.
If you wanted your stuff, the police told you what to do. They said go to court. Why didn't you go to court and file a claim against him for your stuff?
I would have if I had the money to do it. On Christmas,
you don't need the money to do it.
It costs $48 to take somebody to court for small claims.
Well, you have a 4-year-old child, madam. How are you supporting yourself?
Well, at the time, I had lost my job when we were together because
how were you supporting yourself?
House mother. My mother was helping me at the time.
Then you ask your mother for $48 so you can file a small claims case.
Well, between her and my aunt talking to Chris was telling them that I was going to be able to get my stuff. We just needed to set a better date.
Baloney.
That's what was said.
Baloney. But let's do me a favor. Could we get to the truck, please? When did you leave your truck at his place of business?
When we were together, we had left it there.
What month?
I'm not sure. It broke down, I think, in August.
And you just left it at the parking lot?
Right.
You left in November?
Right.
Why didn't you take your truck?
Because he gave me time to find a home for me and my son to live in.
Oh, so he was just a second. So after November, now what you're telling me is, Miss Wagner,
when we were
what you're telling me is that after he threw you out in November,
he gave you time after that.
He gave you time to find a place to live, which was very nice after he believed that you were cheating.
Right.
He gave you time to find a place to live and get settled. That's what you're telling me.
Correct.
So it wasn't all terrible. And that included finding a place where you could take your truck that had broken down in August.
Right.
How long did he give you?
He said I can have until January 31st to move my truck.
January 31st. That was the date. Is that the date you gave her,
On
sir?
a Wednesday.
No,
Is that
ma'am.
the date you gave her?
No, ma'am.
She makes things up as she goes
I even-
along. She doesn't
No,
realize that when
no.
I tell her things, that I can tell when somebody is lying to me, that I can tell.
Ma'am, I have
When
a
did
picture
you
here.
have the truck towed, sir? Give me the date.
January 1st.
January 1st. So you had the whole month of December.
Right.
You had the whole
When-
month of December after things were not going well. You should have moved your truck.
Well, we only started talking after December 25th. And after that, he said that I could have up until January 31st to move my truck. And I said, you know, we were still talking. We spent Christmas morning together. You know, we switched presents for kids and everything.
Really?
If I
You
might
mean
add.
after he, just a second, Miss Wagner, you mean after he pulled a gun on you?
Yeah,
after you
we
clubs,
decided to be friends.
after he pulled a gun on you, after you called the police on him, you spent Christmas morning together with him, opening up presents with the
For
children.
the kids, yes.
Mr. Solomon, the truck she takes care of by herself. You want the truck? You want to get it out of impound? Pay for it. You had ample opportunity to get your stuff. You didn't get your stuff. It's gone. It's over. You want to go into your counterclaim with me?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm timing you, Mr. Solomon.
Yes, ma'am. On New Year's Eve, I started receiving some prank phone calls coming from private numbers, but easily recognized her voice after living together for so
That is
long.
not true.
I said, you know, I'm older. I don't need this going on in my life, this drama. You know, if this is the way it's going to be,
Whatever.
then you can come get your stuff now, and I'm going to start putting it outside. And when she came over thinking I was putting some of her things outside, she raised a lot of Cain, and after she left, they went outside, and there was a nice chunk out of the side of my car. Somebody evidently had run a key that was not there before into the side of my car.
And can I
You
say
don't know-
something on that?
Shh. Yeah, sure.
She's my witness when she came with me down there to get my things that he left out in the rain. And when he called me, it was like 4 o'clock in the morning. We were already at home in the bed, and I had to ask the lady downstairs to keep an eye on my son while I ran and got my things out of the rain. When we went and got down there, he
You
was
woke
outside
somebody-
drunk.
You woke somebody up?
Yes.
A neighbor downstairs, you woke somebody up 4 o'clock
Right.
in the morning? You know, you probably...
And she,
You
we all lived together.
You probably wouldn't know the truth if it came up right
Yeah,
over
and
here.
I have text messages
Right over
from
here.
his phone.
You don't have proof that she did it. Could have been her, could have been the guy that she
Right.
brought with her, it could have been somebody else.
I understand.
It's over.
Yes, ma'am.
It's over. Finished.
Okay.
It was a bad scene. Move on. You too. Goodbye.
I have.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He played house for a while,
He wanted me to be a housewife,
but after she remembered what the party life was like,
and you like a soccer mom.
she chose that lifestyle over that one, so.
I wasn't ready for that, and I told him that.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Latore versus Hanlon. Step forward.
Alexandra Latore says ex-boyfriend Anthony Hanlon owes for several unpaid loans.
Miss Latore, this used to be your boyfriend.
Oh, yeah, he claims not, though.
And is your claim that he scammed you out of some money?
Yeah, basically.
Mr. Hanlon says that he never scammed you out of any money. Pretty much you're a nut. Is that your defense, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
That's a good one.
Tell me about the first bit of money that you gave to Mr. Hanlon.
Well, we met back towards the end of March in 06, and at that time...
Could you try to stand still?
I'm nervous.
I know, but try to be nervous within yourself. Don't make me a co-conspirator in your nervousness by jumping around. It sort
All
of
right.
makes me nuts.
Well, the first bit of money came when I got my taxes on April 15th, 06. And he took me and my kids to Target to go buy some stuff for my kids. And he had called me outside and asked me if he could borrow $200 because he needed to pay his insurance to his car. And I was like, okay. He said he'll pay me back. That was the first. So we kept seeing each other after that daily, whatnot. And it came around where I had brought to his attention I was looking for an apartment because I wanted to get out of the transitional place I was at with my kids. And his cousin was moving out and she was offering to sublet the apartment. So that had a $1,000 money order that I had put to the side for my taxes. Out of that, I went and go cash and I gave him $700 to put a security for the apartment.
Who did you give the money to?
To Mr. Hanlon.
Now, she gave you that money, Mr. Hanlon.
No, ma'am.
Who did she give the money to?
I don't know. She didn't give me
That's
any
a
kind of
lie.
money.
Did you tell her about this apartment that was available?
I don't know anything about what she's talking about.
Okay, go ahead.
That was that, and then I kept coming around asking him, you know, what's going on with the money. He kept giving me excuses on the manager this. I was to the point where, you know what, I want to go myself, and I was going to get belligerent with the manager because he kept giving me the runaround that this manager was giving him about the money. He was like, well, if it's a problem, I'll have my cousin Leslie write you over a personal check. Then what happened was his car had got taken away, and he had called me to try to help him to get the car out. And I had told him, you know, I could help him out, but he was like, fishing for like the whole amount to get the car out. And so I was like, I can't help you. And he kind of got mad because I was like, I can't help you because I need to put my money in savings.
So you didn't give him money for the car?
No, that's
Perfect.
where it became a problem.
Great.
No.
Go ahead.
And at that time, we had talked about purchasing a car, and some guy was going to sell him a Regal, and he had talked about fixing it up, and then later on, the car would be left for me and the kids, and when I had the baby.
Can we get on with it, please?
So I gave him $1,000 basically, and he had put that in his bank account. And he didn't buy the Regal because we talked about going to auction. So he was renting a car, and he needed $300 up front. So that was the $300 I gave to him out of my purse, and he was supposed to give that back to me. He never did. So when he rented the car after the weekend was over, he decided to leave. And when he decided to leave, he told me that he was going to give me back the $1,000, and that never happened either.
Go.
Only thing I know about Your Honor is the $500 that I had totally owe her, and that's for the $300 for the car that she had let me rent recently, and $200 miscellaneous cash for gas money.
That's
and
not
I told her,
true.
no problem, I will reimburse you that back.
Talk to me about the $1,000 that she says she gave you to put down on a car.
I don't know anything about that.
Any proof that you gave him $1,000? A check?
It was
Copy of a money order? A withdrawal from your bank?
I don't have a bank account. He put it in his bank account.
Well, how did you cash
It was
the check?
cash. No, when I got I show you the statement from my taxes the day I got it, and out of the taxes is where I gave him the $1,000.
How much did you get from your taxes?
$4,600 and something.
And what did you do with the other $3,000?
I bought stuff for my kids and bought stuff for my house that I needed.
No. You mean you cashed that check? You kept the money in your apartment?
I paid my rent. And I give him some, because I don't keep cash. I don't have a bank account, basically. I don't have a bank account.
Miss Latour, I don't believe a word you just said to me.
Okay.
Now, she says you also took her son's PlayStation. Was it her?
Her son's PlayStation.
Yeah.
Her son's PlayStation.
Look at me.
I have a PlayStation. Yes, ma'am, I do, absolutely. But that was not for her son. She specifically bought the gift and gave it to me and said, here, this is yours. She purchased
That's a lie.
2 PlayStations.
That's a lie.
2 of them,
At
both.
the same time?
I would hope so. She brought them home at the same time to her house while I was there.
Will you return the PlayStation,
Yes,
sir?
ma'am,
Perfect.
with the quickness.
Very good. 1 PlayStation there. So you return the PlayStation to her?
No problem. It will be returned.
Is it in good condition?
It's still in good condition. I have the box and everything, ma'am.
Within 5 days, it goes back to her.
Yes, ma'am. Before that,
Along
today.
with the $500 that you borrowed from her.
Whenever I get it, yes, I will get that.
No, now.
I don't have that now.
You'll get it now.
Oh.
That's the judgment. $500 on the PlayStation. Clear?
Clear.
Very good. Thank you. That's all.
Parties are excused. Step out.
I think she just wants to see me. That's why she brought me here today.
He's going there right now, but he wasn't like that when he was living with me.
A relationship, it wasn't one in the first place. I'm sorry.
Whatever.
That's how we call it, friends with special privileges.
No, I don't say con, because every dog has his day. What goes around comes around.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Haslam versus Orduña. Step forward, please.
Elizabeth Haslam is suing her ex-boyfriend, Andy Orduña, for a laptop and cell phone bill.
Ms. Haslam, according to your complaint, you dated the defendant for a while and you loaned him your computer.
Yes, ma'am.
He failed to return it. You want the value of the laptop. And you also say that you put him on some cell phone plan and he didn't pay the bill. You had to take back the cell phone. There's a disconnect fee. You want him to pay for those charges.
Correct.
He says all of those things were gifts to him. So, when and why did you loan him your computer?
I loaned it to him when he went on a business trip past Bakersfield.
Why did he need your computer?
He was going to watch videos. I loaned him also my DVDs for it as well.
And when was he supposed to return it?
A week later, when he came back.
So what happened?
I guess supposedly he went and he was on his way back from the business trip and got pulled over and was arrested and put in jail.
What were you arrested for, sir?
I had a warrant, and it wasn't a business trip, actually. I went out for the day, and we went out to Glamis to go ride our motorcycles, so I don't know where she's coming out with saying that it was on a business trip.
She was trying to be kind to you.
Well, tell the truth. I mean, I went out with a bunch of friends, went out riding motorcycles, and we stayed the night out there.
What did you get arrested for?
I had a warrant for failure to appear.
Failure to appear for what?
For a traffic ticket.
For traffic?
That's what I said, yep.
And how long were you in jail, sir?
Like 45 days.
45 days for a traffic ticket?
Yep.
How old do I look to you?
How do you look?
I'm asking you, how old do I look?
50.
Perfect. I'll take it. Listen to me. I've been on the bench for years. Nobody goes to jail for 45 days for a traffic ticket.
Well, I had a traffic ticket for a warrant and stuff. And I had
Nobody goes to jail for 45 days, sir, for a traffic ticket. I won't press you further.
Okay.
Suffice it to say, more than a traffic ticket. Now, what happened to her computer?
Well, I had a warrant, so they kept me there, and I left it in my friend's truck. When I came out of jail, I found out he had gotten into some trouble, and he wasn't nowhere to be found no more. So I thought about it, okay, it was a gift. She gave it to me, so.
Well, tell me how it came about that she gave it to you, Mr. Orduña.
Because we were going out and stuff, and she told me that her husband had gave her this laptop, and that she didn't want nothing to remember her by her husband, so she had gave me her laptop.
That's a lie.
That's not a lie, because you had told me yourself.
Just a second.
She had
You
told
mean
me.
she didn't want to have any sentimental attachment to this laptop?
Yeah, exactly.
After he came out of jail, Miss Hazem.
I asked him where my laptop was.
And he said?
He said it was in George's truck, which was the friend he got busted with.
You mean while he was in jail for this 45 days, month and a half, you didn't inquire as to where the laptop was?
Oh, yes, I visited him every weekend.
Well, if
and
you
I
visited
asked
him every weekend, why didn't you go and get the laptop before?
I didn't know this guy.
Well, why didn't you ask where he was?
He didn't know. I asked.
It never came up.
Just
It
a
never
second.
happened.
Just a second. So every weekend you would go to visit him in jail and you questioned him about the computer. But when he got out of jail, you took him back.
Stupidity.
Oh. When he came out of jail, you took him back. And not only did you take him back when he came out of jail without your computer, but then we get to the second part of your lawsuit, the cell phone part.
Yes, ma'am.
So when did you get him this cell phone?
In July of 06.
July of 06, and between March of 06, when you loaned him the computer, and July of 06, what'd you do without this computer?
I continued to ask for it.
Did you continue to live with him?
No, we never lived together.
Did you continue to have intimate relations with him?
Yes, ma'am.
You don't have to live together to have intimate relations with him. As a matter of fact, sometimes it helps the relations if you don't live together, right? I didn't say that.
I didn't hear it.
Good. Neither did anybody else, I hope. Why don't you tell him that he didn't need a cell phone? What he needed to do was get some money to pay for your laptop.
I should have.
Yeah, sure. So what are you bothering me now for, Miss Hazel? Now that it's over, either you left or he left. Who left?
I did.
Because you got fed up?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I would have gotten fed up a long time before, but it took you that long. Why are you bothering the courts now? You made two mistakes. You let him use your computer. If you said to me, I loaned him the computer because he was such a deadbeat and a lowlife, he had no interest in securing my computer. Not you. You go to visit him every weekend in jail, he comes out, you still engage in an intimate relationship with him, you buy him a cell phone, you pay the bills, and then when you've had it with him, why did you have it with him?
Because I couldn't take any more lies. I couldn't take any more of the fact that he wouldn't give me my rightful belongings.
Rightful belongings had nothing to do with it. It has to do with emotions. It had nothing to do with rightful belongings. Why did you separate, Mr. Orduña?
Because I think she wanted to go back to her husband. She was with her husband when she was with me, too. And she was just trying to find more security, I guess. And
she was trying to find security with you?
With me or her husband, whoever she could find it. But obviously she didn't find it with me.
Are you and your husband back together
Yes,
again?
ma'am.
Perfect. Move on.
Yes.
He's over. He's finito. He's finished. Done. Do you have the cell phone back? He doesn't have it back.
No, I don't even have the cell
Where
phone.
is it?
I guess he has it.
Where's the cell phone?
I don't have the cell phone. And I told her that I didn't have no money to pay for it. And she said, don't worry about it. I want to be able to talk to you because I was staying in a sober living house. And she wanted to be able to get a hold of me.
You were living in a sober living house?
Yes, I was.
Why, were you a drinker?
No, I had some drugs I had got caught with a while back.
That had nothing to do with the warrant, right?
Part of it.
So it wasn't just a traffic ticket?
Well, it was...
Mr. Orduña. Ms. Hazem, move on. You're back with your husband?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. That's all. Step out. Case is dismissed.
Thank you. Step out, please.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Detweiler versus Atkinson. Step forward, please.
Deborah Detweiler is suing her former friend, Gary Atkinson, for a loan to buy a home.
Ms. Detweiler, you and the defendant were, according to you, friends.
Yes, ma'am.
And there came a time when Mr. Atkinson was buying a new house, and it is your claim that you loaned him $5,000 with the understanding that he was going to pay you back.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Atkinson says nothing could be farther from the truth. While he acknowledges that you got the cashier's check, he gave you the cash in order to get the cashier's check, so that you were merely just performing a ministerial act by going to the bank and getting this cashier's check as a favor but the money actually was his. Tell me what happened when you were in a position to loan him $5,000.
Okay. I had recently sold my mobile home to my ex-husband and his new wife, and he said that...
How much did you sell it for?
I sold it for $10,000.
How did he know that you had $10,000 in the bank?
We became friends. Also, I was going through a breakup with my boyfriend, and him and my ex-boyfriend were talking back and forth, and I don't know what was being said, but I know that somehow he found out that I had this money in the bank. My boyfriend evidently had told him.
So he said to you, can you loan me? Come on, I own you the loan.
He said that he wanted to buy a $250,000 home. He was having a hard time getting hold of his daughter, Angel, because she takes care of all of his banking for him, and he needed $5,000 in order to put down on this property. I said, well, I've got the money in the bank, but you have to promise me that you'll pay it back.
So
I went to the bank. I wrote a check out. I've got a copy of the check that come out of my bank, the $5,000.
Can I see it, please?
Yes, ma'am.
See where it came out of your bank? Shh, just a second. Let me see where it came out of your bank. Go ahead.
Okay. I loaned him money, and then I wrote out a promissory note asking, because he said he'd promised to pay me the money back, and he refused to sign the promissory note. So,
okay. I will hear you, sir.
Your Honor, I dispute that. I have from Wachovia Bank a copy of the microfilm which shows a completely different description on the memo where she's indicating she loaned this money. I initially made
All
arrangements...
I want to see from you, Mr. Atkinson, it's very, very simple, sir. All I want to see from you is a withdrawal from your bank, $5,000, on or about August 23rd.
I have that, Your Honor.
I'd like to see it. No, sir, that's not what I'm talking about. This is a letter. I don't take letters.
Yes, ma'am.
I take bank records, which I assume you have, because you knew you were coming to court today. This you can take and throw in the garbage. What I need is your bank statements. That's all I have to see. Then I know that you gave her the money and asked her to go and buy this certified check, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Show me the bank records.
Your Honor, I do not have the actual bank statement. However,
Well,
I do have...
Sir, let me tell you something. If you don't have the bank statements, then you don't have evidence, because this is trash. That you can get by stealing a piece of stationery or having a friend at the bank write that letter for you. Bank records. Why are you looking at me like a deer in headlights, sir? Am I speaking a foreign tongue? Bank records.
I do have two witnesses, Your Honor.
I'm not
that was
interested
there.
in witnesses. I'm interested in your bank records.
I do not have the bank
Why
records,
not?
just the document from the
Why?
bank.
No, you have no document from the bank. What you have is in the garbage, sir. You have a savings account. You had money transferred into SunTrust Bank, according to this piece of garbage. Then you should have records. That's what records show. And you don't have it.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. That's all. Step out.
Parties are
You're a liar, sir. I don't like liars.
Thank you very much.
Once again, the plaintiff uses someone to get what she wants.
I hope every man, woman, and truck driver out there is watching so they can see what a liar and a con artist he actually is.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Hyman versus Wilson, come forward.
Novlet Hyman is suing the mother of her daughter's schoolmate, Cheryl Wilson, for an emergency room bill. Novlet says Cheryl's daughter, Mecca, viciously attacked her daughter.
Miss Hyman, it is your claim that Miss Wilson's daughter and niece assaulted your daughter in school. You took her to the emergency room, and you want Miss Wilson to cover the costs of the emergency room visit. Miss Wilson says that your daughter was the aggressor, that her daughter was merely protecting herself and acting in self-defense, and therefore she's not going to pay anything. Which of these two little girls was the child who was injured?
Tatiana.
That you? Yeah. Tatiana, would you come up here, please? Hi.
Hi.
How old are you?
10.
Do you know these two girls?
Yeah.
Who are they?
One of them used to come to my school in 1st and 2nd grade, and Monica still comes to my school now.
Who's Monica? That's you. You know the other girl's name?
Yeah.
What is it?
Mecca.
Mecca? Do you know how old they are?
No, ma'am.
How old are you?
11.
Are they friends of yours? Did you ever play together?
No, ma'am.
Do you remember the day that you were injured?
Yes.
Would you tell me what happened?
Okay, I usually pick up my sister and my cousins and wait for my mother in the front office to come and pick us up from school. Well, this evening, as I was going back into the school, somebody tapped me on my shoulder and asked me if my name was Tatiana. And I turned around and I answered yes. And she said, my cousin told me that you call me ugly. So I said, I barely even know you. Why would I call you ugly? So when I was turning around to walk back in, she slapped my glasses off my face and punched me in my eye.
And which girl did that?
Mecca.
Raise your hand. Did you go to the doctor?
Yes, ma'am, the next day.
Did you have a black eye?
Oh, it was a bloodshot. And it was swollen right here.
And your glasses got broken?
Yeah, they did.
Now, this little girl, did she do anything to you?
No, ma'am.
It was Mecca?
Yeah.
Okay. Sit down. Up here. How old are you, Mecca? 11?
Yes.
You know Tatiana? You want to tell me what happened? Look at me.
All right, so my grandma we came to pick up my cousin Monica.
Did you pick Monica up?
Yeah.
And what happened when you picked Monica up?
She told me that, like,
Look at me.
She told me, she said, that's the girl that called you ugly and was like, you stupid or whatever.
And what did you do?
I went to her and I tapped her on her shoulder and I asked her, are you Tatiana? And she said, yes, is there a problem? I said, no. I said, I just wanted to ask you a question.
You had this whole conversation with her? Yeah, go ahead.
So then she was like, after I said that,
look, no, don't look down there. Look here.
After I told her that, she put her hand in my face and mushed me and said, get out my face.
She did that?
Yes. So then I pushed her back and then she did it again and then that's when I hit her.
You think I believe that? I don't. I don't believe that this little girl is about a foot shorter than you are. Put her hands on you first. I don't believe it. If something in this world doesn't make sense, it's because it's usually not true.
Cardboard boxes by the door, coffee ring on the kitchen floor. Every room still says your name, but the frames are empty, walls the same. I lost a home, but kept the roof, 4 bare walls, and all this proof that home was never made of stone. It was you that turned this house to something I could call my own. Spare key hiding in the plan, your old sweater on the lamp, drawers you label left and right. Now they echo when I close them at night. I lost a home, but kept the roof, 4 bare walls, and all this proof that home was never made of stone. It was you that turned this house to something I could call my own. I walk the hallway, counting steps, like I could walk back into us. Doorway shadows, quiet shells. This place is full, I'm the one that's crushed. I lost a home, but kept the roof, 4 bare walls, and all this proof that home was never made of stone. It was you that turned this house to something I could